Welcome to Craggs' House of Fucking Horrors, and tonight we're going to talk about Carmageddon Max Damage. That is the remake of Carmageddon from 1993. Can you Adam and Eve it? I couldn't when I heard it was coming out in the PS4 and Xbox One. That was quite a surprise that night, I can tell you. You'll notice that it's one long form piece of video you're watching. I usually do a wee bit of editing, but I thought, you know what, encapsulate the whole carnage of Carmageddon. I'm not going to edit fuck all that, and I'm a lazy bastard, and I can't really be arsed, and I wanted to get this out just a wee bit quicker than usual. So it's just what happens when you try and pump out too much content at the one time, you know. Man, I just wanted to try something a wee bit different, just wanted to see how, you know, good or bad it is. See what my actual gameplay is like in a sort of more long format of video in this. It's embarrassing, actually. It's fucking shite. But we'll push on and we'll see what we can do, and we'll see if we can do anything. I'll try not to annoy anybody, but I'll probably inevitably annoy everybody, and that's funny too, isn't it? So what is this? What the fuck is Carmageddon? I hear you cry. It's a game about cars, and the story is that. Is there a story? You just basically kill people for points, and then you can race. You can destroy all the cars, or you can kill all the pedestrians, and they lovingly call the pedestrians peds. Really wish they'd just said pedestrians or peeps or ped. That's too close to a word I don't like. Ped. Oh dear. So like we'll move on from that. Yeah. So those are the three ways that you can win an event, a match, and it's a really good remake of the first game. Now I often think to myself when it comes to these remasters, remakes, whatever, especially if it's a remake, I just really like them to pack in the original game. I mean, they kind of did that with the Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition. You could push a wee button and jiggery pokery would happen, and you'd be back in the original look and feel, which I really liked. But well, who the fuck would play it then? But it's just nice to see what the contrast is and how things have changed, and you can see what it was like before. And I just like all that, and I really wish, like the Resident Evil remakes, I'd like the originals to have been packed in. They should have done that, but they didn't, and it was a missed opportunity to them, I think, to have a bit more goodwill with their fans. Now, I know these companies need to make money, but it would have just been nice every now and again to get a bit of goodwill with their customer base, because that goes a long fucking way. But it is whatever it is, and you can get the original Carmageddon on your phone from the Android store. I don't know about Apple, because fuck Apple, but I've got it on my Samsung, and it's free completely. The whole game is fucking free, and it runs really well. And I was really surprised that a mobile game could be so much fun, but here we are, and they've touched it up a wee bit. Now this was a controversial game back in the day. They actually changed it from pedestrians to zombies in the UK release. I think it was the European release on a whole. We can't have people running folk over, and you know, looks too real, even though it's 1993. Didn't look real at all. It looked like basically it's Doom in cars. So all your wee people were 2D, and if they ran into your motor, they would explode and die in blood and guts. It's really bizarre. So then we'll get fully 3D models, and I think this is the best Carmageddon since the first one. There's been a few other ones. There was a PS1 and N64 port, but the less you talk about them, the better, because they're absolute shite. And then they did Carmageddon 2 and Carmageddon TDR 3000. Oh, they were just bollocks. They annoyingly introduced missions into the second game. It was like you had to do it. Back in the original game, you could win games by, you know, the three methods you see in this one. Well, and then the second one, it's like, well, we'll have those, but you'll come to a point where you have to actually race, and you'll need to race to win. Fucking destroyed the game for me. I fucking hate all the Carmageddon sequels. This isn't a sequel, this is a remake. and I absolutely loved it for the most part. They've updated the controls. It plays a little bit more like a modern racer. Not really. It's not really a fucking simulator, do you know what I mean? You are a guy called Max Damage. Now, I can't remember if the actual character of Diana is in this. She's in the original, obviously, but I think her car's here, but I think you just go as Max. I can't remember. It's not really terribly important, as it doesn't really make any difference what character you go. You can play the different characters in the original if you really want to, but it really doesn't make any difference. The car's slightly different looking, it's a different colour, it's a different shape. There's different voiceover things, but the voiceover's a bit of a stretch. You hear him grunting going, "Damn you motherfucker." Except it doesn't say motherfucker, it goes "damn you mother," and it cuts off. I don't know why. Oh, we can't have swearing games either because that's corrupting. That's a corrupting influence on our young. How fucking dare you? I would actually say this game's semi-open world, sort of. But the maps are huge and they're fully open to explore. Alright, there are different levels and you go between them. You don't drive, it's a loading screen. But I'd say this is semi-open world, which I thought was pretty cool. Try to win a race with all the pedestrians, what a fucking pain in the ass. That was like 500 a level. Finishing a game by racing can just feel like you're doing laps, and it's not actually all that fun. Because every driver, AI driver that is in this game, adopts a very aggressive stance. And they're like, oh fuck, there's a player, kill him. Now, as long as you've got money, and you can make money by doing just about fucking anything in this game, killing pedestrians, ramming into folk, destroying folk, finding barrels of money that respawn every so often, going through checkpoints. You need money and time, that's the two things. You need money and time. You get fucking wrecked, you get smashed to bits. You need to be able to fix your car. So if you've got money, you can fix your car. If it falls apart in real time, it was just bashed in the original because it was just one big plagal fucking mess. But in this game, you know, your car will completely fall to pieces. It's quite funny watching, like, if you have a head-on collision, Max will come fucking flying out the windscreen. Then you got to fix the car and you'll just see his body getting dragged along the fucking pavement. You'll see all your bits of your motor, wherever you've left them, will just come flying back into the motor. So something out of a fucking Harry Potter movie like that, you know, that fixie thing they do with their wands. Fixie the fucking thingy, my bobby! And then it all just goes flying back together. It's like that, it's funny. You've also got, like, if you get stuck, you can get stuck in jams, you can get fucking pile drive to fucking death. So what you can do is you can push a button and you'll teleport, you'll recover, a recovery button, you'll recover, and you can just fucking go about your day. You can also unlock different motors, which is cool. You need unlockables, you need things to do, and just imagine this being a fucking Activision game. Well, you can unlock your cars if you play for 8 million hours, or you can just give us another tenner and you can have all the motors. But no, not in this one. And the ways to unlock, can you guess how you unlock your cars? By destroying them in battle. Yes, fucking brilliant. The DeLorean's in this game, I noticed. What the fuck? Back to the Future. Doc fucking, what was his name? That prick. Great fucking jobby. Good Scott and all that shit. Great Scott! I'm never a big fan of. I mean, I like Back to the Future, but I'm like, people salivate over it like it's the second coming. It's like, they're alright. First movie's pretty good, the sequels are a bit duff. Bit like Ghostbusters. In fact, I'd say the first Ghostbusters is a fucking masterpiece. No, the first Back to the Future is not a masterpiece. It's a fun movie. It gave Michael J. Fox his name. But I just think they're kind of mediocre. Sorry. I actually think I like the second movie more because it's in the future. And it's like 2005 or something like that. That's fucking... It's well more than that, but it's come and gone anyway. I want my fucking hoverboard, you pricks. That technology doesn't actually exist, so... Well, so far as we know. But they did make the self-tying laces, which is... Oh, that's fucking terribly exciting, I'll tell you that for nothing. Anyway, more Carmageddon. So, you'll go through different types of levels. There's ones in a city. There's ones at the beach. There's ones in a chemical plant. Unfortunately, this is where the game can fall down a wee bit as well, because they just reuse the same like 3 or 4 maps throughout the entire game. I was like, I think they had an opportunity to make different levels and make them more interesting, but they didn't. And this is a sin of the first game as well, by the way. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but what can you do, really? It's a nice remake and it looks good. The soundtrack's nowhere near as good though. I actually think the soundtrack's pretty shite for the most part. It's a lot of fucking weird trancey, techno-y type things, and don't get me wrong, I like my synthwave, but this is not synthwave, this is like brain damage, I suppose you could say. Now, in the original game it was Fear Factory from the Demanufacture album done the bulk of the soundtrack. I want that back. I know they'd probably need to pay for it, but Fear Factory aren't a big band. Even back then they weren't a huge band, but now they're, I don't even know if they're still on the go. I hope so. That's depressing. And then in the sequel it was Iron Maiden, but like again, I didn't like the sequel because they changed it too much and it ran like shit in my PC, so there you go. Yeah, I did play PC games at one point, but not anymore. Actually, Max Damage started life as Carmageddon Reincarnation because, you know, there was a car in the title and you're like, oh, that's cool, they should have kept that name, because Max Damage, alright, it tells you what it does in the tin, but that's the name of the character. I think Carmageddon Reincarnation, that's fucking, I like that. Don't like Max Damage so much. It's kind of cheesy and lazy, actually. Reincarnation, bring back that title. Too late, fuck it. So that was kickstarted, and anybody that, you know, bought into that would get Max Damage for fuck all, because that was basically the culmination of that whole project coming together. In fact, it wasn't a Kickstarter, it was put on early access. Same fucking thing. They want money for something that's really no finished, so same fucking thing, you know. At least with early access you get a proof of concept that they're actually doing something in the game. But anyway, I've ranted and raved enough. This is a good game. If you're into your Twisted Metals and you've been pining for a Twisted Metal and you didn't know this existed, give it a go. You'll get it for fucking buttons. Like, you'll probably be able to buy this game for 15 milk top bottle thingy fuckers and an amulet of cat anuses. There's the cat anuses again, I've got a problem. Fucking cat anuses. So I want you to try the game, don't like it, fucking put it in the bin, use it as a frisbee. Use the disc as a coaster, I don't really care. I just want to talk to you about my more obscure, really, it's not really obscure, but you know, the more B, C grade games. Not everything has to be triple fucking A, okay? Although Sony might actually have you believe otherwise with the way they're treating, well, the way they're treating everything, the developers, the fucking games, you name it. We're getting a remake of a game that's not even fucking a decade old, and they've binned the sequel to a game that I loved. Fuck you, Sony, up your arse. I hope it stings the next time you have a shite. Good night, folks.